There's a true story that's about this place that ties our people to it here, and we know about it because of the genealogy and the ancestry that's recited. Kokwala as we call her publicly, was a young woman of high class. Her father was basically sort of one of the head men of the village, and she used to go out and gather shells. And like when I say shells, like shellfish, mussels and clams and crab and things like that, as young women are sort of expected to do in their communities. And she was approached by basically a sea being who introduced himself to her privately as the king of all the sea creatures. And over time, they formed a relationship and became sort of enamored of one another, and he actually wanted to marry her and originally asked her father for her hand in marriage. And the father and mother both refused because, of course, she was going to have to go live underwater, and they just didn't believe that was even possible. And the king of all the sea creatures, got angry and said, well, then I'm going to take away all your food. And that was true. Like the fishermen went out and their nets came back empty, and the women went out to gather shellfish and there was nothing. And even the streams that they relied upon for drinking water dried up. And Kokwala could see all of her family suffering, and she was very distraught. And so she went to her parents and begged them to, relent. And she said, I know he can do work on me and I'll be okay. So with that, they gave their permission for her to call him back. And so eventually they had a ceremony, they were wed, and she went out to sea. And the terms were that she had to come back every year to visit her family. But as she returned year after year, her being kept transforming more and more and more until her once beautiful skin was now all covered with scales. Her hair was now all completely kelp and seaweed, and she had little tiny limpets and things like that growing upon her. And she was just clearly really uncomfortable being in her community anymore because she had really changed, and the community members themselves were sort of awkward and uncomfortable around her. So finally the parents said that they loved her dearly and they released her from her promise, and she told them that she would provide for them, always. And to this day we really deeply believe in that, and say that she does watch over us. We come out here and pay respects to her. We'll periodically cook for her early in the morning and then bring out food and place it in the water for her, and then just sort of walk away kind of at peace, knowing that we've paid attention to her and she's paying attention to us.